Hello everyone, welcome to Buzz Buggy's RC. How are we all doing? Yeah, here we are, we're in the kitchen. You join me repairing my Arrma Kraton EXB. I have, looks like I've done an arm and bent a hinge pin. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my experience of owning a few Arrmas basically over the last say year and a half or so, and yeah, just things that's happened to me basically, and things that might even happen to you. But we're going to do a few 3S versions and a few 6S versions in this video, and yeah, I'll do that later on. Buzz Buggy. Look at all the bits that's come off that Kraton. Scorched bum. Get yourself a scorched bum plate. They do sparks and things. Cool. We'll start this mission with Arrma's finest buggy, the Typhon 22 3S, don't you think? It's a good place to start, isn't it? The famous Arrma Typhon 22 3S. What a buggy this is. Right, a little bit of a disclaimer here. Everything that I'm going to discuss in this video is totally my fault because I bash these things to pieces. I got this last Christmas, took it straight down the skate park, fresh out the box, big sends, and broke it straight away. And what was the first thing that I broke on this buggy? It's nearly always the front end on it. I'll show you. It's a very common fault on these 3S and the 4S Outcast. Anything with these plastic sort of shock towers like this, it's common fault that they'll break just here, and you do get shock issues. Sometimes they pull out down at the bottoms here, which is okay because you can just sort of glue it and stick it back in. I've had the shafts bend on me and they do break on the tops. It's very, very common when you're bashing these, so always be wary of that. There is, just over here, that was quite handy, you get these GPM, like a bracing, and that will sit on the front, just there. In fact, that's the rear one, I think, isn't it? Oh no, that's for the Vorteks. Well, you get a bracing anyway, and that strengthens that up, so there's your little sort of get out of that bit. It does help, because I had this on this, and it definitely helps. So still breaking the shocks, but the shock tower was a lot stronger with that on. Yeah, this is the Vortex. That's the Vortex front one. Slightly bigger than the Typhon, but that's one off the Typhon before, and it seems to always break just there. I do like this buggy a lot. Like all Arrma products, they're all great fun. They will put a smile on your face. That's guaranteed. The clipless body design on this one is really, really good. You've just got your button at the front there, a little tab it slides in at the back, and it is actually really, really good clipless body design on this buggy. Problems that I've had on it, I have had to change the steering servo on it. ESC, I've had no issues on this one so far. I've had to change the fan. You have to upgrade the fans. That's a 35mm Surpass Hobby that I've put on there. I've had no problems with any of the slipper clutch or anything like that. I've never broken an arm on it. I've never broken one of the lower arms at all. I've heard of people snapping the chassis in the colder weather, but with the plastics in the colder weather, that's fairly standard stuff. I had no motor issues at all to date. Trying to think of anything else. No diff issues, anything like that. Did I say I have snapped camber links before and bent them? Other than that, on this Typhon, that's it. It's been absolutely spot on so far. The tyres have been brilliant. It was mainly just the front end on that one so far for me. Up now, the Arrma Vortex 223S in pink. Absolutely loving that pink and purple colour scheme. I think this truck just looks absolutely fantastic. These tyres on this one are really, really good. Arrma always glue them on very well. The tyres are very good for bashing. On the copperhead types, I have had them. One blew out on me the other day, and it's not the first time this has happened to me. These are the copperheads off the Kraton, and Yeah, these I've had these blow out, but the 3S ones on the big rock, and this, what are these, guitars, are they? Is that right? D-boot guitars, the big rocks are Rocks. The 3S ones have been really, really, really tough, but doesn't it look good, doesn't it? Absolutely love this truck. It's just a bit more squat down than the big rock, a little bit more stable and just a little bit more sort of squat. Let's get a body shell off and we'll have a little chat about underneath. And oh look, broken shock tower. So, as you've seen, you get the shock tower issue, but the shocks on this, with a front bumper on this Vorteks and the big rock, they protect the shocks so much better. So it's normally just the shock tower you break rather than the shocks, which is a little bit better. You've got this absolutely awesome, get it in camera, absolutely brilliant, these cradle sort of chassis, absolutely love it. Again, plastic chassis. The first one of these that I had, unfortunately, the ESC did burn out on me. It got really, really hot. Fan I've had to upgrade again. That's the standard stuff. I had no slipper clutch issues on this. Absolutely fantastic. Put a smile on your face. Handles well, does jumps. Just got to get that repaired, but I've got it up there. Motor's been totally fine on this one. On the last one, I'd say definitely ESC issues. Steering's been fine. I'm still on the standard servo. I have bashed it a bit. All my RCs get good sort of good bashing, good test. Yeah, I mean, this Vorteks is really, really good. I'd say the main problem with this is your front shock tower and these ESCs, and it tends to happen if you're running on a 2S battery. They seem to be fine. As soon as you put it on 3S, it gets a little bit hot. Just keep your eye on it. So on 3S, take it for a blast, maybe do 5 minutes, bring it back, let it cool down, and take it for a blast again. And as far as I'm concerned, absolutely great. That's the Vorteks done. This is by far the toughest of the three, definitely, and the biggest as well. So the 223S Big Rock. Now, these are pretty much bulletproof. They are pretty much unbreakable. This thing has been to the moon several times, wrapped round trees, wrapped round lampposts. These tyres are absolutely great. I think they feel foam filled and never had them come off or anything like that. Don't really like the clipless body shell design, no, I'm not too keen, but doesn't it just look great? It's like a security truck. They do a bigger version of this as well. You've got folding mirrors going on. It's pretty much the same as the Vorteks, on the same running gear. Can't remember what KV motor these are. Is it gonna just get me a little head in there? And it's a 3100 KV motor in there. Again, had to replace the fan. I've had no ESC problems yet, but it did get a little bit warm last time I was out on 3S. I've not had to do anything with the steering. I've had no diff issues, no arms broken, no drive shaft issues, absolutely no slipper clutch, nothing like that. I had the older version of this, and the ESC, when I was bashing it, the ESC broke off it. Again, I just tie wrapped it back on. And what an absolutely awesome truck. Well, right, we've covered the 3S stuff pretty much. That's all I've had happened to me so far. They're the things. I'm no sort of techno head. Oh, whoa. Right, let's get the 6S stuff out. Right, we're going to the Notorious. Now it gets interesting because the Notorious has nearly emptied my bank account. Get ready for this lot. Well, it's fair to say me and this truck don't like each other very much. I call it not because it just does not ever want to be happy. And every time you take it out, you just have to fix something. And it's so big, it just don't even turn around on the stand. I need more room. I need a little studio or something. Don't know going on. But this truck, you'll struggle to beat it. It absolutely puts a smile on your face. It is crazy. It does standing backflips. It does wheelies all day long. It is absolutely crazy. It can do some amazing stunts. The Notorious is probably the best RC truck I own. It is the best RC truck for giggles that I own. And a lot of people will agree with me. But I got this out the box again, sent it to the moon. And I broke it in a big way, but we're talking big jumps, 20 foot in the air and stuff like that. Right, now I've got a little list down here of things I've had to do and what's broke on this, so get ready. So we now pretty much have a scaled down version of a Kraton EXP going on. I have had to replace, so we're getting that in the camera there because I really haven't got much room. I've had to replace the front bumper. That came off straight away. I think this is the Outcast 4S? No, it's not. No, of course it's not. I think that might be the Kraton 4S bumper. I'm not sure actually, but that's a lot stronger now. I had to replace bulkheads front and rear because they was plastic and smashed them to pieces. But totally my fault. I love Arrma. Arrma is good. If you look after it, it'll look after you. This is like extreme circumstances. This is me. I bashed it to pieces. I had to change the shock towers because I bent them up. The body mounts, I've had to tie wrap and screw on with a little bit of thread locker. You can drill all the way through. We're seeing that. You can drill all the way through and put like a bolt and a nut to hold them on, but these front ones tend to get a bit scraped down and they do tend to come off. I've had to change the servo. I've now got a 9i mod in there. I haven't had any ESC issues. When you take the motor out of these, I'm just trying to get you in camera here, always heat up these two screws before you try and take out the motor. Massively important. What other problems? So yeah, front and rear shock towers, front and rear bulkhead and diff housing I've had to do. I've got an EXP front bracing now down the front here. Just a plastic one in the rear. I've not had any motor issues. Got a twin fan on there, Surpass Hobby. I always use Surpass Hobby fans. It's got that, it's always good for cooling. These bullets can come loose sometimes, always keep your eye on them. I've had to change, I changed the steering links for GPM ones in there. This has had the diffs replaced. I can't remember which ones there was, but the diffs that's been put in, I've got aluminium rings in there and it should be a lot stronger. But saying that though, in all fairness, I didn't blow the diffs, I just replaced them anyway when I replaced the housings. I haven't had any shock problems with this. I have broken upper and lower arms. Like I say, the arms and that you'll break on the Kraton as well. That's just standard stuff. But any RCs, all the brands of RC that I've used and that they all break. It's just the joys of the hobby. It's just one of them. I've had to replace the wing mount, and we've now got a metal wheelie bar going on the back there. The hinge pin holders, I've had to replace, you won't really be able to see them, but all in the front end. I've got a scorched part here, actually. Got that. You need to replace them. This is if you're bashing. The anti-roll bar links generally keep coming out quite a lot. Always check the droop setting underneath and make sure that these front control arms aren't dropping down too much. But an upward motion will cause the dog bone drive shaft to come out, and the way I got around that was you have a metal red ring here, take that off to shorten the distance on your pillar ball there, and then that should just give you enough to stop that dog bone coming out. Drive cups have had snap and also shatter on me before, so always keep your eye on that. We've now got in there, seen that metal steering knuckles, but on the newer versions they've upgraded them, changed them. They're a lot better now. The chassis has been strong. It's quite a bit on this one I've had to do. I told you, didn't I? I think we've covered it all now, but Notorious was a bit of a nightmare. We've got Copperhead 2s on it now, just for something different, but really good stunt truck. It does it all, honestly. It's fast. I put the speed pinion on it. It really goes well, and it just makes you laugh so much. But yeah, that's the Notorious. Right, I'm going to move on to the Kratons. Another pinky. I love a pink RC. So clipless body on this one. This is the version 6 Kraton. They have done, like I say, a couple of upgrades on this one. See, steering pillar ball knuckles, it's different design. They should be a lot better than the older ones. Now this, I cannot really fault it at all. It has been absolutely fantastic. You've got a clip there, and a clip there. It gets a little bit stuck sometimes actually, but it's not anything to write home about. This one has been, are we getting that in there? Not. This one's been really good. I haven't really done much skate park stuff with it though, to be fair, but I have sent it a few times. This will do standing backflips just in the road. It's just really good. I can't really say a lot about this one at the minute. It just seems to be super strong. It does come with the EXP chassis on this one. I'm not getting that in the camera very well there. I apologise. Got EXP shocks and a few other goodies, but it is the plastic bulkheads on it. Could do with these little buffer bar things. You can get thicker ones, like 3D printed ones, which are quite good. Imagine you get the same sort of fault with the hinge pins, lower arms going and things like that. But this has been super strong for me so far, so I can't really say. You know, it's just brilliant. Really good. Really fast. Absolutely great. Good stability. I can't drive them for toffee, but honestly, the shock towers, I think the 5mm thick on this one. Just the sort of standard ones. I've just not had any problems with this so far, so I can't really say anything other than the tyre blowing out, which is just nothing really, is it? So let's move on to the EXP version, which again I've not had many problems with, apart from the arms and stuff. And then we'll finish the video. It's just too nice. It needs a clean. Oh, what can I say? If you've never used an Arrma Kraton EXP, you really must try one out. So people have had, I haven't yet, I have slight issue. People have had servo and steering issues. They have upgraded. This is the version 2, I think that's right. So it's the version 5 Kraton, but the version 2 EXP or something like that. Well, they did do something with all this servo on and that to try, you can't really see it, but they've upgraded that apparently. And it's meant to be a lot better. But I have had it come loose. Basically, the mount comes loose and you just have to nip it down. The servo wobbles. I've sorted it out just by screwing it back down a bit, and that's fine. Again, on this one, I had to upgrade the motor fan. I've had no ESC problems. This has been driven the hardest out of all my RCs. This has had the biggest sends and all the madness. Really put this to the test. I've got a broken arm and a hinge pin. I've had to do that a few times. I've lost the drive shaft here on the rear. The chassis still seems kind of straight on it. But these EXPs, you're really not getting that. I need a studio, peeps, don't I? Let's just see if I can get a better angle on that. Just an absolute amazing piece of kit. Like, the chassis just seems really strong. Comes with the EXP bulkheads. The shocks are strong. The wings just seems decent. You've got, so it's twin bracing, it joins in the middle there, which the shorter bar should be stronger. EXP bracing along the bottom. This is 4 bracings, keeping it all nice. EXP shock towers, shocks, copperhead tyres. Do get the pillar ball problems with these. I've got some metal ones to replace these ones. I need to get round to that, and then that's we're getting this. Sorry about that. My camera works totally. I just didn't have room in here. And that's the big bumper, bigger thingy, basher thingy. Yeah, other than that, yeah, this one's got sent it to the moon so many times. Just been so good. Can't fault it. Again, when you're taking the motor out, eat up your screws. So right, final thoughts. I love Arrma. Absolutely love Arrma. I can fault it, but I can't fault it. It's the way I drive. If you look after them, honestly, they'll look after you. I think they're absolutely great. They put a smile on your face. Well worth owning, honestly, they are. So yeah, I mean, well, that's the things that I've had happen so far after owning them for about 1.5 years and running this channel. And yeah, I just think they're absolutely great. But yeah, that's my honest sort of opinion. I need to get this one fixed up and we'll get back out with it ASAP. It really won't take much. Prices can be a little bit much on these, but if you just take it careful, something like this is a really good rig. It's very strong. Washing them, don't use water. I did a video about like washing them and cleaning them. I did use water. It's a bad idea. Try and use Valeter's Dash Shine or something like that. Get a wet vac or a blower and a brush and just wipe it down. The water will damage them, rust them. That's it. So let's wrap this video up. We've got the 4S Outcast here. This thing's absolutely great as well. All these Arrma products will put a smile on your face. Honestly, it's got 6S backflips on this as well. But yeah, they're generally just fast. They do all the tricks and stuff like that. They are quite well built. The parts can be a little bit pricey at times, but just be careful. You look after this, it'll look after you. Every time you take it out, maintain it, check it, get yourself a good toolkit. When you're washing them, try not to use water. Loads of upgrades available. Just have fun with them. They're absolutely great. I love Arrma. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So after 1.5 years of owning them, yeah, I've had a few issues like I just mentioned in the video and that, but Yeah, I'd expect the same, but like I say, now you know about them, you might be able to just get an upgrade or something and stop these things happening. So there you go. I hope it helps, especially if you're a beginner. We'll see you on the next one. Did I mention the hubs, plastic hubs on the big rock and this, by the looks of it, just before we do go, they can break sometimes. I had to replace the metal ones on the old big rock, but I don't know if I mentioned, I can't remember or not. But just to end the video there, another little tip. There we go, right, I'll see you soon.